It's October 23rd, 2022. It's Sunday. I have to get dressed for church in a little bit. But this morning I'm here and I'm remembering some of the words bestowed upon me from here. Um, I'm looking for reference. I mean, I see that the humans put together in Hollywood or like the studios, and stu being S, and then TU is U, the BS, right? And then there's the Dio for Io Mi Io, which is like their version of the God, the DIO. So I'm looking, and they have a nun, NUN. Now, since I have none except some reference tools in the field, I'm thinking to myself in my signs for God, country, and family, and where did they all go? And yesterday, having found some solace out in a neighborhood near where I grew up, they still seem to have elders that look and resemble like the country I grew up in. Not that where I am in a set of rooms now looks anything like where I was. But here we are. And they put up this movie. It's about a nun and a convent. And I'm like, right, so if the humans were in the vents, is that like communications? Right, okay, so they're in some kind of broadcast, they're in the vents, they're all singing at once. There's some on the news today, suicide prevention. And I'm like, right, if that's on a nationally secure conversation, these convents of the cons venting whatever they want, whenever they want, through movies, music, politicians, some circus tent that pulled up, just opened up and's like, deal with it. And how I see also they have SEAL Team, SEALTEAM, men's rifles, camo. They seem very physically fit. I call them the athletic department. And they seem to be hunting down evil. I see that they reference them in a commercial. I got that. I'm not that. I Again, I'm solo dancing. I've got a principal dancer elsewhere that I would really like to get to know more, but here we are, and that hasn't happened yet. So, while I'm waiting in this convent as a nun, given nun, um, no money to live on, no money to like whatever with, and trying to just figure out like what was I supposed to do. Not that it looks like anyone cares very often, but so I'm watching this movie, and then I see in there they have a choir, and they changed the director around in the choir, but it shows the choir singing. And I'm like, wow, I saw that on the New York news this morning. There was a public meeting on the steps of City Hall, and it sounds like the wrong director trying to get the choir to sing something. And I'm like, wow, now there's a reference in the real field and in this make believe. Like, there's a convent, and some of you got none in the field growing up. It really looks like the streets of New York in the year 2022. It's like after, like, it's divergent after like apocalyptic times go off and there's no more money from the sports or travel and leisure and hospitality. And somehow the mothers died and the children are still hungry. And then they look for alternate sources, which are really frightening. And um, cirrhosis of the liver is real, even with people who have never drank before. That's frightening, especially when the children are looking for alternate sources rather than scaling back and working with what's necessary. So here we are. And this is the movie that they put up there called Sister Act. It's from 1992. Here's Sister Mary Clarence. And again, I have a problem with some of this, although just so a book that I haven't fully like studied like as if it was the Bible or as if it was like a medical Bible. I again only had a limited amount of meetings with the representatives who bestowed this gift of wisdom upon my person. So I didn't have all of my questions ready in order to have in-depth conversations um, and study their words. But um, it mentions in here Alma being some kind of conductor. I don't know, is a conducive, conductive director. I'm not quite sure.
They would never have ventured out at all at night had it not been for your example.
But listen, they just don't want to be stuck behind these walls all the time.
These walls are the only protection they have. The streets are no longer safe for them, and they are certainly not safe for you. These roads no longer protect our sisters. The wall.
Now, I do see over here signs of family that have been throughout space and time and throughout geographical placement and location in several different countries. I've seen them referenced in documentaries throughout the years.
Walls do.
I'm sorry. You really do care about them, don't you?
Yes, I do. And I care about you and your life. I shall ask Monsignor O'Hara and Lieutenant Souther to find a safer and more suitable situation for you.
Oh, no, come on, don't send me away, really. I mean, I'm just starting to get the hang of this. I mean, look, I'm not going to endanger anyone or anything else, I swear. What about forgiveness? Isn't that what you preach? There's got to be something around here that I can do that's not going to chip my nails or annoy anybody.
You're right, Mary Clarence. To err is human, to forgive divine. You may stay.
Now, let's go to what the choir sounds like and then the real life view of what New York City is currently functioning at. Now, it's interesting in this movie, she says the word whatever in whatever, whatever, whatever.
Is this a choir rehearsal?
Sure is. Come on in, sing a spell.
Soprano or alto? Whatever. Thanks. Oh.
Oh, and the real life version of how this translates out on the street with whatever's going on, I'm going to pull up. This comes off of some Paramount network. That's the movie in the network. And then I think it's channel 2 or 7. I have to double check. Yeah, it's channel 2 at 8 a.m.
Controversial housing plan in Queens. Two groups in one community going against each other over a luxury development project in Astoria. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor spoke with both sides about.
Now, what I don't understand is that this is in Astoria. I've never heard of it. I graduated high school there. I've never heard of these plans, the development plans. I don't know who's involved. I don't know what group of people. I can see them clearly. But I have no idea, and then there's people at the city council meeting I've never even heard of. And I'm like, how is all of this going on? And the people that grew up here in this area know nothing about it while being trapped here amongst all of this going on, but being kept out of any of the decision-making process or even the conversation.
About what they'd like to see in the area.
Dueling rallies on the steps of City Hall Wednesday morning.
Labor's in the house!
Those in support of the Innovation Queens project, labor unions, some community business leaders, and the Queensborough president say it would create good-paying jobs,
so that they can live and work in the city that they built.
On the other side, Queens Council member Julie Wan, public advocate Jamani Williams, and other community groups who say it doesn't create enough affordable housing.
I have more than 20 homeless shelters in my district.
Wan testified before the City Council subcommittee on zoning and franchises.
More than 5,000 unhoused folks in the community.
The proposed development would be located over 5 blocks in Astoria, from 37th to 43rd Streets between 35th and 36th Avenues. It includes 2 acres of open space, a community hub for nonprofits, health wellness facilities, shops, restaurants, entertainment, and nearly 3,000 mixed-income apartments. Some would range from $2,400.
Again, at convent level, I'm really confused as to what this is all about and how this keeps upping capacity and placating certain populations while occluding others completely. It's really frightening. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way universe, galaxy is broken. I'm going to go back to the church scene for just 1 minute. They also put this commercial on during the movie. It's a commercial. It's not part of the movie.
Elected its first female prime minister, who is also a right-wing politician who loves Mussolini. Too late, you cheer. No, you cheer. You can't take your cheers back. You can't take your cheers back. You love already. Yeah, this is bittersweet for Italian liberals because a woman broke the glass ceiling, but she did it by throwing an immigrant through it.
The Daily Show with Trevor.
Now watch this.
Know what you're up to. You and Reverend Mother.
What?
You're a ringer. She brought you here to replace me. Out with the old.
Now I have to wonder where all good men went. I can't seem to find them. I found them on a family day on October 22nd, 22nd being 2 Z's. Again, I was there back in my old place, and I have to think that since no principals actually arrived for marriage and having children in the correct time frame that were actually allowed to stay and capitulate with my person, I have to think that this is what their story has looked like. They're doing male things in really important places because in like something amphibious, part water, part land, and they're making their way to me. That's how I'm writing my story.
We team leader. We all came in together. We all live together.
Bravo will be deploying on a long-term op.
Sarah, who's there?
Who isn't?
Let's go. We got this.
Somebody messed up.
Command's under pressure. My team is going to get decommissioned.
While they're busy doing their men's work, some things happened in the convent. A 76 and a 75, whatever it means, it means. I worked 4 miracles. That means I created myself 4 times. It happened. But there's more serious things on the horizon.
This could be our last op, ever.
Now it would appear while the men are off doing something more important and there's none that exist here except on a 1-day calendar event that I don't know who was able to put that all together out in where I used to grow up. This is what the city looks like to me, through the eyes of the eyewitnesses that are in some broadcasting. I mean, again, this is a movie. It's a movie, but the real life is very close to this in certain parts of the city that I won't even venture into. Just for all of those adoptive projects, parenting, like backings of things in nests and eggs that, like, why are they moving? The city didn't always look like this. There used to be a lot of money put into the city and it had certain standards. And then, like, late 19th century into 20th century happened, and now it's a real wreck. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.